today I am going to work on canning some grape juice that I still have to put it into jars, but I am going to use my steam canner in order to can my juice. So in the bottom of this, the brand is called Concord. It is a steam canner, so you would use this for anything that you would do water bath canning in. And instead of submersing into water, it's going to use steam. So I'm going to put the tray on here. I'll set my jars inside of here, and then we'll put the dome on it. My grape juice is pretty much done. That is what the pulp looks like after it has steamed. I did probably about an hour's worth of steaming. So now it has this hose that I'm going to pull this off so I don't spill anything. And then we'll just be able to fill up our jars and have straight juice. I have started using my steam juicer quite a bit. So the very bottom section, this comes apart in 3 different pieces. This very bottom section you fill with water, and then the center section is where the juice will collect, and the top is where you put any of the fruit or vegetables in. I've done a whole variety of different things with this, and it really does work well. From there, then we have this hose that we can pour juice straight into the jars. I actually got quite a bit of juice out of that. I got 7 pints and 1/2 pint, 7.5 pints out of that, and I started out with 4 pounds of grapes, I believe it was. They're just store-bought white grapes. I don't really mind the pulp in the juice, but I guess you could strain it if it really bothered you, but I'm not going to sweeten it. I'm just going to leave the straight concentrate in the juice, and we'll get to canning. So I was able to squeeze all of these into one round, so that's always makes me happy. Whoop. Now we're just going to set our cover on. Do one-handed. And now we're going to process. I'm going to process these. I'm in high altitude, so I'm going to process these probably for about 30 minutes, 25, maybe 25 minutes. So I'm going to turn the stove on. That will bring the basin up to a boil, and then I'll turn the heat down so it's not bubbling all over the place. But Concord is the brand of mine. I really do enjoy it. It does have the covered handles, which I enjoy, and there isn't, it's stainless, the whole thing is stainless steel, so I can and have used this as a stock pot on the stove, and it does fine. And it also does not have a gauge on the top of mine, so while you might like it that it tells you high, medium, and low heat on the inside, but that allows for me to use the top section as a pot as well. So my juice has finished processing for 25 minutes, and then I let the canner sit turned off with the stove turned off for 5 minutes, so that it allows some of the steam to kind of just dissipate a little bit. And obviously want to be very careful opening the canner. Everything is hot, very, very hot, but I also don't end up with quite so much water on top of my lids, and I love that sound. That's the best. And I use far less water with this method, so now we are going to let them rest and hang tight.